So, hello everyone. We are going to wait a few minutes in order for the participant to connect, and we are going to start this webinar on our master's degree. So, hello everyone. I'm Alice Rajot. I'm working at Centrale Méditerranée in charge of the graduate school management. So welcome to this webinar on our environmental engineering master's degree. So today we are going to spend like 1 hour together in order to present you the master's degree, and you'll be able to ask anything you want to know to the speakers, which are the team, the pedagogical team, but also students of the master. If you have any question, you can write down your question in the Q&A section located at the bottom of your screen, and we are going to answer everything. And don't hesitate to ask anything you want to know about the master. And I'm going to leave the floor to Frédéric Schwander, which is the head of the master's degree and the head of the environmental engineering track. So, Frédéric, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alice. Hello to everyone. I'm happy to have you with us today. So I'm the head of this degree in complex systems engineering, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of École Centrale Méditerranée first, and give you more details about the degree in which you are hopefully interested. So firstly, Centrale Méditerranée is part of a large group of engineering schools in France, which is called the Groupe des Écoles Centrales, which includes 5 schools, which all have a specific philosophy of teaching. We believe that engineers should have a broad range of scientific and technical knowledge, and they should have a strong background in mathematics, physics, chemistry, in order to tackle all the problems, the issues that our societies, industries, research organizations face in general. We also put a large emphasis in courses in economics, management, on hands-on experience in industry through internships and other activities. And we try to give our students experience in leading teams at projects to prepare them for their future career. No, the Groupe des Écoles Centrales is also an international organization, which includes 3 schools abroad: Centrale Pékin in China, Mahindra in India, Centrale Casablanca in Morocco. And we also put a large emphasis on the international culture with teachings of 2 foreign languages for all our students. And we promote international profiles through international mobility. No, Centrale is specific. It's École d'ingénieurs, as we call them in France, which is an engineering school which have a system which is slightly different from the system you're used to in universities, where you have on the left, it's university with 3 years of bachelor and then 2 years of master. The students in Centrale have a different trajectory, firstly with 2 years of prep school, actually, and then 3 years in engineering, with a very selective selection of students at the intake. So the first year of the engineering degree, we have a nationwide competition where all the engineers in our school are selected. We have a solid and broad range of core training in science and technology, and we also address several dimensions for the transformation of tomorrow's companies, with research and innovation, business management knowledge, and also we promote an open-mindedness, global vision, and society. So we hope that our students acquire responsibility for their actions and all their actions in their job, in their work. Again, we believe that experience in industry is crucial. That international experience also is important. And I should remind you that École Centrale Méditerranée has a diploma which is accredited by several institutions. So CTI, for example, which is Commission des titres d'ingénieur en France, and URACE for other programs. I'm not going to go too much about the diploma itself because it's not the engineering degree, because it's not the one you're interested in. Give you maybe more information about the school itself, which has been created in 2003, with roots going further in the past, in 1981. And the school basically is funded on several engineering schools in mechanics, physics, chemistry. So really, there's a long history for this school. Today, it has 17,000 alumni, and currently 1,400, engineering students, 200 PhD students. We also have a large academic staff with 100 permanent academic staff. Many people to support us, was both the teachers and students. So 105 administrative and technical staff. We have people coming from far away sometimes, with 381 visiting lecturers, and globally we have 158 researchers who are associated with the école. This is something I will come back to. We have 8 research labs and 7 which are partners of Centrale Méditerranée. One important thing is that we have 18 nationalities on campus, with 20% of foreign students. So really, Centrale Méditerranée gives a large place to international students. If you were curious about where Centrale Méditerranée is located in the world, this is the map which shows us Centrale Méditerranée is in the south of France, right next to the Mediterranean Sea. So it's mostly sun most of the time in our region. So just to give you an idea where you would be studying if you were to join us. Closer to us, Centrale Méditerranée has 2 campuses. The main one is in Marseille, and the one on the left is the one where you would be probably studying for the first year at least. And there's another one which is in Nice, which also is the location of one of the track of this master degree. But I will come back to this later. So again, a lot of sun on those photographs, and this is pretty representative of the weather we have here. You have a picture of the campus itself, where you would be studying. It's a rather large area, but human size. It's a pleasant place to study, I believe. No, Centrale Méditerranée also. Sorry.
We can't hear you anymore, Frédéric. Your mic is off.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
Perfect.
I'm back. Yes. So Centrale Méditerranée also has a lot of international partners, which are distributed all around the world. Most of them are in Europe, some of them in North America, many of them in South America. And then you see also some in Asia, so India, China, Japan. It's something we cultivate, and it's done through several international networks: Erasmus at the European level, UNESCO, the Mediterranean network of engineering schools, which is RMEIM, which is more for our partnerships with schools around the Mediterranean Sea, and most importantly for the engineering degree, the TIME network with the top international managers in engineering. In terms of the programs we propose in the graduate school in Marseille, there are several degrees. The first is the one you're interested in today, is the International Master of Science and Technology in Complex Systems Engineering, with its 3 tracks. There's another one which is Central Digital Lab, which is a degree in artificial intelligence. And then we have 17 other master tracks in science in partnerships with Aix-Marseille University in mathematics, computer science, economy, mechanics, chemistry, process engineering, physics. And there are 2 Erasmus Mundus masters, Europhotonics and waves. I'm not going to give you too much information about these. If you're interested in those, you can look them up on the web. We also have some masters which are oriented more towards professional experience. So these are specialized masters in cybersecurity and in marine energy. Finally, I can mention the double degree with the IAE in Aix-en-Provence, which is more for the administration of companies and businesses. Also, maybe something worth notice is that we are labeled by several institutions. We are part of the France 2030 project, and we're also labeled by the AMIDEX Initiative d'Excellence d'Aix-Marseille. One of the defining factors of Centrale Méditerranée is that we are very closely related to research. We have partnerships with the CNRS, which is the national research organization in France, Aix-Marseille University, which is the largest French-speaking university in the world, and which is just next to us, Université Côte d'Azur in Nice. And then we have, at a more refined level, partnerships. Well, those are labs which are part, actually, to some extent, of Centrale Méditerranée, with 7 labs, which are our Institut Fresnel in physics, ISM2 in chemistry, M2P2 in mechanics and chemical engineering, and LMA in mechanics and acoustics, IRFE in complex systems and especially fluid mechanics, AMSE, which is the Aix-Marseille School of Economics, the IM2, Laboratory of Mathematics, also one of the largest in France, and finally LIS, which is a laboratory in informatics and systems. So these are very important, and you have some applications on the right. I'm not sure you can see them properly, which are in mechanics. Sorry. So this is the first one with the car is quite obvious. Then we have an anechoic room in LMA, which is one lab, which is just next door. One fusion application, control fusion. We have ITER just next to us, 80 kilometers from us. And then the last application, which is related to activities in IRFE with offshore wind turbines. So this gives you a very narrow overview, but there are many research activities that are led close to us. In terms of the people you will meet, in terms of the academic staff, they are part of several organizations. So we have researchers, which also contribute to teachings in Centrale Méditerranée. So researchers from CNRS, full-time researchers. And on the other hand, we have teacher researchers, both from Centrale Méditerranée, which is my case, and other lecturers from Aix-Marseille Université or Université Côte d'Azur. Those are all institutes that contribute different degrees around our site, and we really benefit from having this very large scientific background to give you the most appropriate teaching for your degree. Then I must also mention that Centrale Méditerranée is an engineering school, which means that it has really an orientation towards the industry, first and foremost, with many partnerships with large companies in France. So you have a few examples, Airbus Helicopter, which is also close to us in Marignane, EDF, so it's French Electric Power, Onet, which deals more with logistics, ST in microelectronics, Mazar in audit and consulting, and Sopra Group, which is more a consulting firm. And you have all of those partners that are associated with the school. And so all these names can be seen also as internship opportunities, possibilities to have projects and so on. And we hope that you will benefit from these partnerships if you join us in Central Mediterranean. So all these are listed on the website as well, I think. So if you are curious, you can spend more time on them. No, this was for the school. Let's move to degree itself with a brief overview of this Master of Science in Technology in Complex Systems Engineering. I'm going to go quickly over that slide with the notion which is crucial, which is complex systems. In this, we deal with systems where solution cannot be found easily. They involve in-depth engineering knowledge. They have been wide-ranging and possibly conflicting technical issues. And as I told you, they have no single or obvious solution. This is the core of what our students are taught. They have a very large multidisciplinary training, and we want them to be able to design, implement, and manage complex systems. Now, what is the master degree itself? It's a degree which has a wide scope with an open-minded program designed for undergraduate students with a strong background in science and engineering. And this is something that's important. Although we welcome students from many backgrounds, it's important that you have a background in science and engineering if you want to join us. And unfortunately, we have to select the students that are going to join us. It's a program that's accredited by the French Higher Education. So it's a diploma which is recognized both by French institutions, but French European institutions as well. And of course, companies around us. It's composed of two individual parts, the National Master Degree, which is accredited by the French Ministry of Higher Education and Research, which consists in the scientific core of the program for 600 hours. And then we have a specific diploma to certify acquisition of the required skills for the industrial engineering part, which is the soft skills, language, and projects that we'll see later on. Again, accredited by the French Ministry of Higher Education and labeled by Amidex. The master consists in 3 tracks, which have some common parts. So there's a core training, which is common to all these tracks, and then there are specific courses. The one we're interested in today is the environmental engineering track with a focus on engineering for land use planning. You must be aware that there are other tracks. The first is biomedical engineering. And the third, is smart cities, engineers for smart cities, which is a master, which is only given in the second year of the master, and which is open to students who come in the first year of the environmental engineering degree. Oh, this one is not really good, sorry. So there's a problem with the slide. I'm sorry about this. It gives you an idea. So master degree, of course, is a full-time 2-year degree. It's taught fully in English. And you have here the distribution of courses during the curriculum, with half of it, which consists in scientific courses, soft skills for 25%, projects and seminars for around 20%, and foreign languages for, let's say, 5%. In terms of the organization in time, we have 2 years here, first year of the master, second year of the master, with the periods of blue, which are courses. where you have face-to-face teachings from September to December. And this is where we see one important part of the degree is that we put a large emphasis on internships, on research lab experience, on professional experience. This comes through these gray periods in December to January, in the winter of first year, and then this period from June, let's say, to possibly September, where you would spend time in either a research lab or a corporate company. So the organization for the second year is different. We have a very long semester. It's a full semester going from September to February, March, approximately. And then this very important part, which is a final internship, which is often a stepping stone to professional life or a PhD if you're interested in one. In terms of the content itself, I'm going to go through all the courses that are given in the 3 semesters of face-to-face teachings. So this is the first semester, semester 7 in our system, with a common core which is shared by all the tracks with courses in transport phenomena, computer sciences, numerical methods, industrial engineering, soft skills. The usual languages, so where you learn French if you're not already fluent, or another language if you are fluent in French, training in complex systems engineering, and the lab internship I mentioned earlier. This is so shared by all the tracks. Then we move to specific courses with introduction to chemical engineering, introduction to environmental engineering, hydraulics and hydrology, energy and environment, and geomatics. So you see that there's a large emphasis on water and energy in this degree. Then we move to the second semester of the first year with, again, language, the internship, which comes at the end. But before the internship, you have these courses related to the environment, specifically with environmental management, circular economy, and sustainable design, pollutants and water waste, green chemistry, environmental monitoring, renewable energies, and finally a project which is always a good way to apply some of the knowledge you've acquired over the previous study hours. And so this gives you a flavor of what the second semester is constituted of. I move to the first semester of the second year, so it's a dense semester with, I believe, you see more than 400 teaching hours, with again a part which is shared by all the students with computer sciences and data sciences. The courses in industrial engineering and soft skills, languages, and projects and seminar. Large parts of projects, mostly 100 hours, which are an opportunity for you to study a topic more in depth in a more probably autonomous way. In terms of the courses, we have energy efficiency. So this is really related to problems which are, problems that are shared by the world with climate change, especially. We have a course in coastal engineering, advanced fluid mechanics, bioprocesses, for chemical processes, water management, geophysical flows, geographical economics and territory efficiency, and then an elective course, which might be porous media, renewable energy again, or civil engineering. You will see this in more detail if you're interested. And finally, the last course is smart cities engineering, so an opening towards the track which is given in this. Finally, as I mentioned, the very last important part of the degree is the master thesis, which counts for 30 credits and lasts between 4 to 6 months. Now, yes, maybe some examples of applications of the teachings you receive. And I must say we are very oriented towards the consequences of climate change. with urban warming, where we want to deal with people's comfort mostly, and also the life of our surrounding. Energy efficiency, where we want to reduce energy consumption in order to reduce pollution. Water management, in order to avoid both droughts or floods, and maybe predict them in order to deal with them appropriately. Aridity, soil erosion, and desertification, which is important for agriculture. Air pollution, important for health in general, and grain processes and circular economy, which is no clean ways of doing chemistry, and maybe also a responsible way of dealing with the economy. Finally, there's a part on risk management, because we have many unexpected situations that arise around us, and we want to deal with them as well as possible. This is something which is specificity of an engineering training. We want our students to have connection to the real world, both in research or in this industry. So you will have contacts with professionals and engineers and researchers. You will use industry tools, so specific software packages, and in this case, environmental monitoring and planning. And again, this is this very large opportunity that you have to share both your experience, your teachings, and your interests with professionals through your internship in research or industry. You might be interested in knowing who you will be studying with. So this is an overview of a 2025-2026 promotion. We had 48 students in the degree, with 20 women and 28 men. So it's pretty well balanced for an engineering, for a master in science and technology. We have an average age of 25 years, and this is probably the most important thing, students coming from very different horizons. So we have 24 different nationalities, and you see on the photo on the right that they go along pretty well, I think. So we have a very good atmosphere in general, I believe, in our promotions, and I hope this is something that will continue. In terms of the backgrounds, you see some example in biomedical engineering, civil engineering, medical devices engineering, computer and communication engineering. So I must say there's no best way to come into our degree. We are open to people coming from very different training. Also, something interesting, the example of internships in laboratories or companies. So, for example, in laboratories, 2 examples with the modeling of airflow and passive cooling in a building equipped with solar chimneys. So this is something that has to do with urban warming, I would say, and energy efficiency, or the regional glacier modeling of Andean and Alpine glaciers in partnership with CNRS for one of our students. 2 examples. The other possibility for internships, which is to have it in a company. So let you read the example. We have analysis of indicators for monitoring and anticipating of droughts for Électricité de France. Or we might have a maritime and river engineering internship for CETEC International, which is a company that is specialized in transport infrastructures. So very broad range. First, in laboratories, it's mostly in relation to energy or climate, but it's and water management. But there's a very, very large choice of internships that are available. I think your training is not limiting at all in this regard. And then we have these possibilities in industries, companies around us. Career prospects for the 2025 promotion. So the possibilities for you to find a job, which is something which we work for all the time. This is really what you wish for you to succeed in finding the job that you really look for. 75% of the students for this promotion have found a job or a PhD after graduation. So this is 2025, so it's still early days, and we hope that all of the students will find something very quickly. You have an indication of the average gross annual salary and also examples of the positions they have. So, for example, one example in Delmo Imaging, so in the health and wellness sector. Another example in EGIS, which is specialized in building, public works and construction.
Okay, thank you. I'm just adding a question from Abdul regarding the internships.
Yes.
He wants to know whether this is the school which provide offers, internship offers, or if it's up to the students to find their own internship. I think the answer is both. Maybe you can
Yeah.
develop a bit, but
Uh, I would say that the responsibility of finding an internship is left with the students. This is the important part. But then again, we have service de stage, so well, internship service, I would say, which helps in finding opportunities, internship opportunities. We have service de l'entreprise, which also works to put students and industries in contact in order to have the best matches possible in terms of the internships. So I would say the responsibility is left with the students, but the students are helped throughout the way as much as possible by the school to find an internship.
and we provide the students with the list of the previous internship made by the previous students. And as Frédéric Chandler said, many of your teachers will be enseignants-chercheurs, so they are definitely working in lab, so they can help students to find internship in labs for the first year.
Yeah. Maybe yes, this is something the important. Again, we have a large network, both of collaborating researchers in both around the school or more generally in France or in Europe or in the world, and also connections with the industry that really benefit students in general. Okay,
Thank,
yes, I'm done with my part. So
okay, thank you very much. So
thank
if
you.
you have any question, don't hesitate to write it down in the Q&A or in the chat. And we are going to listen to Valeria, which is a student in the master's degree in second year. Valeria, I don't know if you have a webcam because we can't see you, but if you don't worry, the floor is yours. We are listening to you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So I am Valeria Rodriguez. I'm currently in the second year of the master, and I also benefit from the Tiger Master Excellence Scholarship. So to give you some background, I graduated back in Colombia back in 2022 as a civil engineer, and my early work was really focused on traditional infrastructure. So after working in the design of sewerage networks, I realized I wanted to shift my career more towards the environment, specifically water resources and environmental systems. So that's why I joined the master. So my goal was to move beyond just building on top of the environment to actually understanding it through engineering and modeling, and understand just how all the elements interact together in all the different systems that we have. And since starting the program, I have discovered just how broad this field is. And it actually opened my eyes and my perspective to new interests like, for example, air quality modeling, which I hadn't considered before and which I would like to maybe pursue in the future. But it also just confirmed my primary focus, which was in hydrology. And next, please. So, as Mr. Shander mentioned, you will find that the teaching is very diverse. We learn from academics, researchers, and also sometimes industry professionals, which give us a clear look at how these concepts are applied in the real world and what are some of the things that are currently done. For example, we had a small course with an expert from Air Liquid in which we discussed the role of hydrogen in the energy transition and all of the things that the company focuses on, and which was really interesting and something I didn't really knew about at the moment. Also, many of the courses focus on small projects, and often you can choose the topic in which you would like to apply what you just learned, allowing you to either dive deeper into a topic you're personally interested in or just explore something new. Beyond the technical courses that you see on the syllabus, we also have some courses, for example, data analysis, which I think nowadays is really important, especially in environmental engineering today. And we also have some soft skills training, such as team leadership and public speaking, which you will need to do in your professional life. So it's good to have this type of trainings also. And yes, it also prepares you for the next step, which is the internship. In my case, I was able to find an internship at EDF in the topic I was really interested in. So yes, the the university has a really good reputation that provides you to choose from the subject you are interested in. And yes, so it's really good. Next, please. Okay, so about the Central and the Marseille experience, since the program is in English, you are part of a very diverse group of international students. So you will get to meet different people from different backgrounds and learn from them. And this is also really good because we are all figuring out the life here in France together, which makes the transition much easier. We also share some courses with the engineering cycle students. This is really useful because you get to know even more people besides the master people that have been here longer and that may have another type of formation and interest from which you can learn. And yes, the lifestyle in Marseille, I think, is really good. If you enjoy an active life, I think Marseille is a really good place to be. It is almost always sunny, as Mr. Shander said, and you have the Calanques right next to hike or just getting into the sea. You can also walk along the coast, see the sunsets any day you want, or just go to the stadium and experience the local passion for their football team. There is also a very active student life with plenty of associations to join. For example, a friend of mine, she joined the sailing association, in which you can learn how to actually sail a boat, and which I believe she really enjoyed. There are also groups for sports, arts, and also for organizing activities and welcoming the new students and just get to know the city. So overall, I think it's a very welcoming environment, and it has been a great place to live during these 2 years. So yes, thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much, Valeria, and thank you for your time. So now we are going to listen to Rodrigo, which is also a student in the master's degree. So Rodrigo, we are listening to you.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Rodrigo. I'm a student here in the M1 Masters. I'm in the first year, and I started my studies in last September. Yeah, and to give a little resume of who I am Brazilian. I'm a civil engineer. I have my graduation done in Brazil some time ago. I'm already 43. And I came here. I also like to travel, to learn, and I think there is always time to learn other things, to learn new things, and to develop yourself. I'm also passionate about environmental sustainability and social justice, and these are the reasons that this program reached my attention. And some of the reasons that brought me here are the impactful and inclusive environmental solutions that the program proposes. This program combines technical excellence with environmental responsibility, and the combination of theoretical and practical studies, like Mrs. Schwander told us about, is really good. I was interested in doing internships and also learning having practical skills while studying also theoretical studies. So this master's program gives us the possibility to study here things here in class and also apply them in the field. So this is a good thing that got my attention, and it's one of the reasons that I came. And also the access to world-class education, and like Valeria also said, the reputation of the university here in France. If you say you were doing your studies at Central, people will think, oh, this is a really good thing. And the school here the university here has a really good reputation, and because of all the students that were graduated here, and also the programs that it offers. And I didn't come here it's like direct from my university in Brazil, but I decided also to change careers, and I've been always interested in environmental studies. And now I thought it's the time to change and to learn more things after some years working with civil engineer. And I also want to have other skills to apply and to make the world a better place to live. Yeah, next, please. I already, another thing that brought me here was the chance to live in France. I've always liked its culture. I did part of my graduation program here in France, and I've always wanted to come back. And the opportunity to study with other international people, it's what inspired me to be here. Also, I like the contact with other cultures and to know from other people. So this is a good thing that we have here, and the chance to build an international career. To explain you a little bit about the life here at Central, Valeria already said some things, like there are lots of associations here at Central. You have the contact with a lot of students, the opportunity to do some sports, to gather with different activities, also while you're studying. And the life in Marseille, like Valeria also said, I really enjoy it. As a Brazilian, I think I need sun. I need a good place to live, to enjoy also life besides the studies. And Marseille is really beautiful, and you can also go to the Calanque, to other cities nearby. The transportation here is really easy to go to other places. I also already enjoyed the stadium atmosphere here. People are crazy about football, and I'm also really interested. And also this brought me here, and I really enjoy living in Marseille and having the chance to do all these other activities when I have my free time. And I think you won't regret coming to Marseille. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rodrigo, and thank you for this testimony. So now I'm going to present all you need to know to apply. and I'm going to present so the application steps and also the scholarships, because I saw that there is a lot of question about scholarships, so I hope I will answer it. So, students and young professionals from all over the world are accepted in this master, but that you have to have a strong background in sciences. So, as Mr. Schwander said, we are open to people coming from very different trainings, but with a strong background in sciences. You can apply for the first year called M1 if you have a bachelor's degree, but you can also apply directly for the second year of the master, so the M2, if you have first year of master validated or a relevant professional experience. So in order to apply, you will have to connect to eCandidate, which is an online application, and you will be able to apply for programs at Centrale Méditerranée. So you will have to connect, to create your account, to fill down some personal information, and to apply for the master and the track you selected, M1 or M2. You will have to download some supporting documents to answer some question on additional forms. And if you need help on eCandidate, please know that there is an FAQ on the platform. There is also a user guide in order to help you in the help section. But if you read this FAQ and user guide, sorry, and you still have questions, feel free to contact us to the address email of the master's degree. The application deadline is June 1st. So if we sum up the calendar, you have until June 1st to apply. So you will have to apply online on eCandidate. And between your application and June 1st, you will have an interview with the jury if your application is pre-selected. If you are a non-European student, you will also have to apply on Études en France, but I will come back to it later. And if you are double degree or exchange students coming from a partner university, you will have to apply on Mobility Online also. So in June, the admission jury will meet, and this admission jury will say whether or not you are awarded with an excellence scholarship. So you will receive a notification, and from June to July, you will receive administrative information in order to register online, and you will have to pay your tuition fees, or at least the first installment before mid-July. In August, at the end of August, if you are selected and if you decide to register to the master, you will arrive in Marseille and you will attend the Welcome Week for international students. And early September will be the kickoff of the master and the beginning of the courses. So I'll make a quick focus on Campus France, Études en France. Campus France is a governmental organization responsible for promoting French higher education around the world. So if you are non-European students living in one of the countries covered by Études en France procedure, you will have to connect to the Campus France space for your home country, and you will find, first of all, you will find useful information about studying in France, like, for instance, scholarships, visa, accommodation, etc. And also, you will have to apply on Études en France to the master's degree. You will find the master's degree on Études en France. You will have to apply for it, because if you are selected, it will help you to get your visa. So you will have to apply on eCandidate to Centrale Méditerranée and on Études en France to the French government. And if you are selected, it will help you to get your visa. So how much does it cost? The tuition fees for European students is 6,750 euros per year. And if you have a non-European student, it's 10,270 euro per year. If you are coming from partner university or from the network for the Mediterranean engineering schools students, you will have a 50% reduction on the applicable fees. discount, sorry, on the applicable fees. So those fees, they include the master's tuition fees defined by ministerial decree each year and training fees, which are not eligible for exemption for social grant holders or French government grant holders. So what does it mean? It means that if you are, for instance, a social grant holders or Campus France scholarship holders, you will have to pay the training fees. You don't have to pay the master's tuition fees, but you will have to pay the training fees that are around 6,500 euros. So let's talk about scholarships because I think you are interested in this subject. So we provide scholarships. So as Valeria said, she is a Tiger Scholarship awardee. We have also Amidex Scholarship and Central Mediterranean scholarships. Those three scholarships have a common point. They are academic excellence scholarships. So if you are awarded a scholarship, you will receive 10,000 euro per year, and you will have preferred tuition fees. So you are exempted from the national master's degree tuition fees set by ministerial decree, but you remain liable for the training fees. So this is not a full exemption of your tuition fees. You will have to pay part of the tuition fees, so the 6,500 euros, or at least the first installment in order to register and in order to get the first installment of your scholarship into tuition, your scholarship excellence scholarship. So you get the 10,000 euro per year, a preferred tuition fees, and you have simplified access to accommodation if you are an international student. So we will reserve you a room in a student residence. You will have to pay for it, but we will reserve it for you. So most importantly, you don't have to apply for the scholarship. If you apply to the master's degree, you apply to the scholarship. And as I said, the scholarship award committee will meet in June, and you will know whether or not you are awarded an academic excellence scholarship. There are also other scholarships like the Crous one. It's for European students. And if you want to know more about other financial supports, there are French government scholarships, foreign government scholarships. I really advise you to have a look on the Campus France website of your home country, and you will find the list of the scholarships you can apply for. Let's talk about accommodation because when you are going to arrive at Central Mediterranean in France, you will have to find a place to live. And there is a lot of students in Marseille, a lot of people who are looking for an accommodation. So I really advise you to start looking for an accommodation as soon as you are accepted on the master and as soon as you decide to come to France. So you should know that the average rent is around 500 or 600 per month in Marseille. We have a partnership with Studapart with exclusive offers for you and personal support in English if you need, and simplified rental file online procedures. So you can benefit from it. It's on our website. But you can also find a room in a private student residence around the school. You can share an apartment in a private home with other students, or you can ask for a Crous room, which is a public student residence. You will have to apply for it in June, July. The cost of living in France is around 700 or 800 euro per month for a student, including the rent, the groceries, the transportation, the entertainment. If you do your second year of a master with us, you, as Frederic said, you will have a 4 to 6 month internship, a master thesis in a lab or in a company. And if you choose to do it in France, you have to know that you are going to be paid because this is the law. So the minimum amount of money you will receive per month is 600 euros. But the average amount of money the students of the master get when they do their master thesis in France is higher. It's like 1,100 euro per month. In order to finance your studies, you can find a student job, but I really have to warn you on the fact that you need to have enough money to come to France and in order to pay your tuition fees and in order to live, because the master is quite intense, as Frédéric said. You will have a lot of courses, so you can find a student job, but it won't be like a full-time student job because you will have a lot of classes to attend and of projects to work on. So you really need to focus on your studies. To finish, as we said, you can attend a welcome week for international students. This is organized by by a student association of international students and by the International Relations Service of our school. And it's in the last week of August. And it's very important to attend if you can be there in August, because you will have your first intensive French language courses. And you will have visits of Marseille with other students. You will meet the other students of the master, but also of the other international students at Centrale Méditerranée. They will help you to settle down, maybe to open a bank account, to find an accommodation, and most importantly, you will have welcome party with those students. So I think it's important to attend if you can. And for the school, for the master's degree, we also organize an integration weekend at the end of September, beginning of October. It depends. So this year, this weekend was organized by Centrale Méditerranée and Université Côte d'Azur, so the track in Nice and IMRED. So we mixed master students from Nice and Marseille. So it brought together more than 20 nationalities for 2 days. So as you can see on the picture, I think they had fun. Maybe Rodrigo and Valeria can say whether or not. And it allows you to get to know each other better through various activities, not much scientific activities, but workshops, cooking session, evening together, to get to know each other and to start the year on good basis. So thank you for your attention. I'm just going to maybe Frédéric or Rodrigo, Valeria, you want to add something while I check the questions, but I think we had question on scholarships. I pretty much answered to it. What else do we have? Yeah, we have question about the background. So Frédéric, you said that the master's is open to people coming from different trainings. So we have, for instance, Christian, who have a background of landscape architecture, or Andus Miso, who have an environmental health science bachelor's degree, currently working as a water treatment technicians, and they want to know whether or not they are eligible to the training.
This is a question that's difficult to answer without having very specific details, and that's why we have systematic interviews with many other candidates. But there's one thing that's, I must say, is quite specific to France, and maybe Rodrigo and Valeria can confirm. But I think we put a large emphasis on mathematics, and it's important that you have a good background in this. And I know that, for example, people coming from biological sciences sometimes might have difficulties, for example, to work within our training. And we are really careful that we are not putting students in difficulty when they come to us. Otherwise, yes, I mean, this is why we have also your transcript of records when you apply, in order for us to see what you've done in the past, what you've studied. So mainly, I would say it's good if you have a good background in mathematics, mechanics, um, physics when you come, especially for the environmental engineering degree. Um, Otherwise, it's probably more on a case by case basis that I'll have to answer.
Okay, thank you very much. There is also a question about the documents which are needed for in order to apply. Well, I really advise you to check the website and to check e-candidate platform in order to find out. But basically, we will ask you for your cover letter, the resume, the transcripts of your previous years, bachelor's degree and master's degree if you already have a master's degree. What else? Did I forget something, Frédéric? Like well,
I
if you
don't
have,
think.
yeah, if you have a recommendation letter,
Yeah.
also things like
Mm,
that.
mm.
And if your training is ending after September, unfortunately, you will have to wait for next year in order to apply to the master's degree because we only have one session and it starts in September. So if, for instance, we have a question from Abdul, which is ending his training in December 26, it won't be possible to join the school this year because you really have to be there in September to start the courses with the other students. It's important. We also have a question regarding application. There is a Xuxiang who already applied to the master's degree and who has questions about the delay, like the timing, because he received an email saying that his documents are complete and he wants to know when the interview will take place and when the final results will be shared with him. So uh, there are interviews each month. So it can take like 2 weeks or 3 weeks until you receive a convocation for an interview, but I think not no more. And you will receive the results of your admission just after the interview. It's like very, very, very quick. There is a question also regarding after the master's degree. So it's for you, Frederic. Can I apply for a PhD right after the master's degree? And can this PhD take place in the same program and in the same school, so at Centrale Méditerranée?
Yes, absolutely. So if in France you can apply to a PhD anytime you have a master degree, so a full master degree. So you can apply with the master degree in complex systems engineering. This is not a problem. Then I would say it's not really an administrative problem. It's more of the problem is finding a funding opportunity, which is harder. But you have first connection with your teachers, which are most of them well connected and can help you in finding the right opportunity for you. Um, and then if you can apply here, yes, it's possible. There are some limitations for some PhD programs, but then it's really a matter of detail. And I mean, it's absolutely possible to find a PhD funding in Marseille. Yes.
Okay, thank you. We also have questions regarding the languages. So regarding English proficiency, because we ask a B2 level in order to enter the master's degree, but we do not ask a certificate, an official certificate or letter of proficiency. So it's not among the documents we ask. We just ask you to be fluent in English in order to be able to follow the courses, and your level of English will be tested during the interview. And as for the French classes, because we have a question regarding French classes. So if you don't speak French, you will have French classes starting in September. But we do not offer a French summer school. here at Centrale Méditerranée, but you can find summer school online or in Marseille, for instance, with the Cavilam or Alliance Française. So you can find it on your own in order to to improve your French before you start the diploma. But don't worry about that. Like many students arrive at Centrale Méditerranée on the master's degree and they do not speak French at all. And regarding the French language requirement during your internship, well, maybe Valeria or Rodrigo or Frederic, you want to answer this question. Do we have to speak French in order to find an internship in France in this master's degree?
Valeria,
Mm,
maybe, or Rodrigo, yes.
yeah, sorry. My opinion, you don't need to have a French, a good French to have a scholarship, to have an internship. Sorry, but it helps if you can study and if you have a good level, it helps to find other opportunities. But it's not mandatory. You can easily find, and if you are committed and you have a good relation with the professors and you really want to learn, you can have good opportunities here.
Yes, I think it also, I agree with Rodrigo. I think it helps. Like you can maybe have more options if you are able to at least make yourself understand to others.
Mhm.
So you don't need to be fully like as a native speaker. You can just like as long as you can communicate and give your ideas, I think it's okay
Mhm.
for it.
Okay. Yeah, I encourage all the students to speak French as much as they can during their time here, because it really helps. And I mean, it's part of also of an international experience. Just well, working on your language so that you acquire the culture more and are able to interact with people from the country. And maybe it can also open opportunities for you in your home country if you go back in a French company. So it's something, it's not necessary, but it's something that's really valuable, I think, the French level.
Okay, thank you. And I see other question regarding the eligibility of their application. So I think the best is to apply, and we are going to check your file and because it's not possible to answer those questions during a webinar. You can also contact us by email if you want, and we will answer as soon as possible. So I think we are done with the questions. Yeah, so thank you for your time. If you were convinced by our webinar, don't hesitate to apply on eCandidate before June 1st, and we will be more than happy to receive your application. If you have any question, as I said, don't hesitate to write us. I will write down the email in the chat so that you know which address you can send your email to. And Frédéric, you want to add something or close the webinar?
No, well, I hope if effectively that you found this presentation interesting, that you got some additional information, that you are convinced that you want to join us. And so, yeah, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you, Valeria and Rodrigo, for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.